So now we'll begin our info session within AEG. So AEG is the world leader in sports and live entertainment that we have here. It is part of Crypto, LA Live, as well as Peacock Theater. And next, I would like to introduce Kathy Diaz, who's the Human Resources Manager, who has a really great background within AEG. Kathy has been with AEG since 2003, and she has an immense knowledge experience in various roles within AEG, which makes her a really great representative for today's info session. But I'll let Kathy speak to her background and take the lead. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Thank you and welcome to our AEG info session. I thought I would start off by just telling you a little bit about my background and my journey through this company for these past 20 years. I actually started off as an usher ticket taker who just needed a part-time job while I was going to school. I was in community college just down the street, Los Angeles Trade Technical College. It was a great opportunity to make some money in the evenings where the demand for work was most available. And I was able to get a lot of hands-on customer service and type of training where it just grew this passion within me. I did have to take a break in between. And once I was able to just for a few years working here in this live sports and entertainment, which was really fun job for me. I was able to then go back to school, then transfer over to the Cal State Northridge, where I finished my bachelor degree of science in business, because that is our business is the universal type of degree that I felt fell more in line of while I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. As I was wrapping up my college education, I realized that I had a strong passion for helping people, which is how I got into human resources. I then started to take my elective classes in human resources to where I now have that emphasis in my business degree. And as soon as I graduated, there was an opening for human resources. I jumped right in, spoke to as many people as possible, and said, look, I've grown within the guest services department. I've even scheduled and done attendance type of discipline for them. I know what it takes. I know that there's difficult conversations that have to be had with our team members, but I want to be able to provide them a service, being able to be that resource for our employees, where if they need something, I'm able to assist to some capacity. So that's how I got into my human resources assistant role, then grew into the coordinator, then became their generalist, and now I'm a human resources manager with my focus in recruitment. So all in all, I feel that in 20 years, I've had so much experience, not only in the way that things operate in our facilities, but also the type of information that our employees need to get them to where they need to be for their future. I thought I'd talk a little bit about AEG. AEG is the parent company for our facility. Our facilities consist of Crypto.com Arena, Peacock Theater, and LA Live. We used to be Staples Center, the World Staples Center. We still host our 4 teams, which consist of the Lakers, the Clippers, the Kings, and the Sparks. When I first started in 2003, we also had arena football. If anybody remembers arena football, we used to have the team called the LA Avengers. Within AEG, there are over 100 type of facilities that we kept a few that are still that we own property for, but then the facility side transferred to ASM Global. These AEG divisions that you see on your screen are subdivisions of AEG. So AEG being that parent company, we have our facilities like the arena, the theater, LA Live Complex, but then we also have AEG Sports that own the LA Kings, the Los Angeles Galaxy. We have AEG Presents, that is more the concert and tour division. They're the ones that put on music festivals throughout the United States as well as Europe and other places of the world. We have AEG facilities all around the world, almost every continent, not Antarctica, right? It's too cold there. But we have facilities all over the world where we have put in our footprint. AEG's mission is to be the leading and most innovative sports and live entertainment companies in the world by activating and integrating our portfolio here. It really is about not only having our brand, but with the brands that we work with, as well as the people that we bring into our company. We find that many of our team members, we call them team members, they have a passion for live entertainment and creating those memorable experiences. Here at AEG, we have that motto: we create experiences that give the world reason to cheer. And everyone lives by that. That is our mission. Every little piece of the puzzle that people bring into the table is what makes these live events happen. For Crypto.com Arena, let me just give you a few fun facts. We opened October 17 of 1999. So this year we will be celebrating 25 years, which is a big deal for us. It started, we have our teams, our professional sports teams, but we also host high-profile events like the All-Star Weekend, All-Star Games for NHL, NBA, Grammy Awards. We have the Grammy Awards that are coming up in February. That's our big event that takes over the whole campus, not just Peacock Theater, the Crypto.com Arena, but the LA Convention Center that is next door, which we used to operate and manage, but it is a city building. We hold about 19,000 fans on a regular event. However, it can expand to 20 to 22,000. We have some space that opens up from seats to standing room, which gives us the additional capacity. And we hold about 250 events per year. Peacock Theater is the theater that opened up the same day, October 17, but in 2007. It started off as Nokia Theater. It used to be Microsoft Theater prior to Peacock, but Peacock took the naming rights. And that is the company that will be here when our 2028 Olympics will be on campus. It is a mid-sized theater that holds 7,100. It's a seat capacity. We also have the ability to take that pit level and make that standing room only for concerts to give us a few more people. They host most of the award shows that happen in LA. We just had the Primetime Emmys on Monday, if anyone was able to catch that on live stream. But many of the awards shows like the AMAs and the People's Choice Awards, the ESPYs. We tend to have a lot of red carpet events, so it's nice to see a lot of the celebrities that are walking through. And then we have LA Live. LA Live is that exterior complex that surrounds the theater and Crypto.com Arena. It was finalized in 2010. So we have 14 years this year with LA Live, our exterior complex. It's a district that has a lot of sports and restaurants, nightclubs. We have a bowling alley. And then we have the movie theater, Regal Cinemas, that is next to our facilities. But everything that is exterior to our complex is considered LA Live, and they host tons of events, whether it's a fan fest for a sporting event, or whether it is a red carpet event or a Cirque du Soleil show that is taking place on the top of our West Garage. It's a whole tent by itself. We have a variety of events that are meant to just help us with the live entertainment. Now, why you would want to join our team? We offer competitive pay. For union and non-union, we could have something like compensated time off. We have discounts to events and restaurants, as well as just being able to give opportunity for growth. As you join our team, you will hear a lot from people that are in management positions or people that are higher up that have moved their way on up through the ranks in their department or outside. So some of our openings, current openings that we have now, LA Live, we have line level positions with security, either part-time or full-time. They are the team that help keep us safe on campus, exterior. And what we require is availability, at least 5 shifts. If it's a 3-day availability, or if you're only available for 1 shift per day, it would be 7 days. The shifts that are listed here are day, swing, and graveyard. Those are the hours. The physical demands, like many of our positions, because they are event driven, is being able to stand for 4 to 6 hours per shift, being able to lift, carry, push, pull up to 30 pounds with or without assistance, and being able to work any position. We sometimes have people that are like, hey, I want to be a security officer, but I only want to be sitting down. And unfortunately, those are not items that we can accommodate, unless we have some sort of accommodation restriction. For the security position, our starting pay is $20.48. All we require is that people have a guard card. We are required by the state of California to have guard card certified team members, and they deal heavily with the public. These type of positions in security can lead into law enforcement or public service type of jobs. They offer certifications and trainings with Stop the Bleeding, first aid, the CPR training, as well as within promotional roles, workplace violence prevention, handcuffing training, and bicycle training. We also have security officers that are on bicycles that are patrolling all of our campus. And within 6 months, you'd be able to apply for a full-time position if you came at a part-time capacity. At the theater, we are currently hiring for guest services representatives. Something that I was a sure ticket taker is now a guest services representative. That's the title. The requirements for this position are that availability is at least 5 days per week. What that means is that it has to include Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are the 3 of the availability dates, and any other 2 throughout the week where you would be available at least from 5 p.m. and on. And what we require is that they are able to stay through the end of the shift. Physical demands, just like our security positions, 4 to 6 hours on standing. We have people that are standing at the entrance or at an aisle directing our guests to all the areas of the arena or the theater, and as well as being inside the aisles and telling people to go left or right to find their seats. Minimum experience that we ask for is at least 1 year of customer service experience. And the reason we ask for a year of customer service experience is so that not only are you able to take on the tasks and duties of the role, but in a fast-paced environment. This position pays $19.50 an hour, and it's a union position. And it can lead to things like event management. We've had some that have become event managers. They're that person that is the liaison between the facility and the production that's taking place. At Crypto.com Arena, we will also have guest services representative opening coming soon. In February, we don't have a requisition that is up yet, but it should be there by the end of this week. Same availability requirements as the theater, as well as the physical demands, and the pay, the amount of experience that we ask for is the same. The only difference is the home base, being home based at the arena versus the theater. And the way that we separate those two is If you are home-based at the theater, then you will be scheduled at the theater first. And then if you're able to pick up shifts, once you are trained for the additional facilities, then you'd be able to pick up shifts at the other facility. So lots of room for flexibility. If you're not usually available on a Tuesday, and this one Tuesday you can, now you can pick up a shift at your own will. How to apply? You want to go into our website, aegworldwide.com, but we've made it easy for you here. We have a QR code that you can scan. It's already set up to our career page with the location set as Los Angeles, but you can go onto this website, aegworldwide.com/careers. You can enter the position or title that you're interested in, or just set it up for Los Angeles and see what populates. Maybe something will call your attention. What we want you to do is click on the actual position and then click to apply, complete all the information, and then submit. If you don't hit submit, sometimes it doesn't go all the way through. You should be getting a confirmation page as soon as you apply. Some of the other entry-level positions that are not currently open, but they may open up in the next few months, are things like ticket seller or box office that sells tickets. They require customer service and cash handling experience if you've worked at any cash handling capacity, supermarket, fast food. We also have operations positions like event crew and conversion crew. Those are a little more labor intensive. It's physical labor where we're moving either chairs from one area to another, or furniture, or setting up tables for the LA Kings that will be having a silent auction during an event. So event crew are our team members that work during an event, before and during, and then conversion are the ones that come in after the event ends, and they break down the floor and set up for the next event. Security officers, as we have openings right now at LA Live, we also tend to open up for the theater and for the arena. Same pay, $20.48 per hour. And then if you're into production, you like that production assistant, holding a camera, we have camera operators where you're just obtaining video footage so that we can show throughout the event. And then also, if you have editing skills, video editing, audio, visual, all of those help, and they're considered entry-level position. Now, with having some work experience and also your college degree, you're able to apply for more mid-level positions. Something like in sales and marketing, we have a premium inside sales associate program that is an 8-month program, kind of like an internship, but then it leads to promotional opportunities like a premium account executive. They're the ones that sell all of the event suites or premium seats, which are mid-level to our facilities. We also have marketing, those that want to be able to sell better by advertising, having that marketing type of experience. They handle our social media accounts as well, the newsletters that go out to all of our mailing list. In operations, we have supervisor and manager positions that help in any capacity, just relaying information about what we need from one location to the next. We have event supervisors. If you already have a guest services or security type of background, and now you're looking for more supervisor before becoming a manager, they have not only team member type of roles, supervision roles, but also the administrative component that takes you to the next level. And they respond to guest inquiries and de-escalate situations. Event management, like I've mentioned a few minutes before, they're that person that is between the event and the facility, and they coordinate everything from walkthroughs, showing a client what their event can look like and having it come to life. And technical support, because like every other business, we have things like human resources, finance, IT. Anyone interested in IT type of position, we have IT techs that are here during an event, just being able to provide internet and telecommunication service throughout the event. And then for our team members, because all of us have to function on a day-to-day basis. And if something's not working, just making sure that everyone is up to where they need to be. Now, tips that we have for you all. You guys are the ones that are submitting your applications and you want to have those seen. Resumes, we want to make sure that for your resumes, you have current contact information. There are many times when you use an old resume and though that contact information is not updated, we can't reach out to you unless we have your correct contact information. Format, we want you to have that resume stand out to us. There may be one position that we are hiring 10 people for, and we are looking, apologies. We're looking for those resumes that stand out. So format is pretty important. Have it pop out so that we can see education, the work experience stand out. If you're currently in school, that helps us gauge how much we'd be able to schedule you for, and that it's error-free. Make sure that you proofread, have that spell check happen. There's times when they're like, okay, looks good. And then it's like error. Make sure that you spell check every single time for your resume. And then when you're scheduled for an interview, the best tips that we can give you is first impressions matter. Make sure that you are presentable, that you're dressed up. It doesn't even matter if it's an operations position. Dress up, be on time, arrive early if possible. Know what your position you're applying for. There's been times when I call someone and I say, hey, I'm calling regarding the operations position that you applied for. They're like, which position was that? What was it for? Where is this location that you're calling from? That's technically, it's something that could be a turnoff. So make sure the positions that you're applying for and that they're in line with what you want to do, so that we don't see that you've applied for a manager and for events and for housekeeping, where it's all over the place. Stay within the same type of topic or your focus, getting tongue twisted here, for your area of focus. And then research the company if you can a little bit. Remember, we're not only selecting you, but you're selecting us as your employer. So make sure that it's a company that follows what your beliefs are, what the business plan is, because that's what's going to make you more invested. And ask questions, please. I love getting all those questions. What does this really mean for a schedule? What does it mean? Is there any remote work? Any type of question that you need to know about the company, again, to not only have us select you, but you select us. So last but not least, we have a small video for you all. It's a recruitment video that we show to all of our new hires. This one is actually updated. We just recently had an all-staff meeting, and this was presented to us. So I hope that you really enjoy this video before we go on over to questions. And I think we're missing audio.
There should be like a selection where you click on that says optimize sound or something like that when you share video.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
So sorry about that. Let me try again.
We can't hear nothing. I don't know why.
I'm so sorry, everybody, but we're just having a little bit of technical difficulties. I think right after before we go to questions, we're gonna also just have our feedback poll, if that's okay. So I'm gonna send some questions over. So if you can take time to just answer it, it's 3 simple questions. We would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your patience. All right, thank you so much for doing the poll. We really appreciate the feedback. So sorry about the technical difficulties. But next, we're gonna go with questions. So if you have any questions for Kathy or any information, please feel free to ask. But we also ask if you can raise your hand first, just so that it's orderly, and then and Kathy can answer questions as well, please. Thank you.
Hi. I just wanted to ask something about, since it's my first time like applying to a job, I'm not sure which job would it be recommended for me. Um, it's just my first time doing this.
I think it depends on your skills. What have you done in the past? I think that whenever you have your resume and you're showing us your previous work experience, if you'd like to send that over to me, we have our human resources at cryptoarena.com. I think that we can make some recommendations based on those skills. There tend to be a lot of transferable skills. For us, it's if you've done something even at a volunteer type of experience, we're able to translate those into something that you'd be able to do with us. So please feel free to reach out to us, send us your resume, ask those questions, and we can take a look for you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm Enrique Murillo. I'm really interested in the camera operator position, and I was wondering when that would be available, or if you can elaborate more on that position. I
Sure.
do have experience in camera operating, which is why I'm interested in that one. Thank you.
No worries. So our camera operator positions don't open as often. They usually reassess based on how many employees they have at the end of the season or before starting the new season. For us, our seasons are the sports seasons. They start in October with preseason. They go all the way through April, May, depending on playoffs, if there are teams that go into the playoffs. So in that summer is when we're reassessing our staffing numbers. So if it does open up, it might be July, August, or September. We would want you to log on to our website just to keep checking. The camera operator position, not only do I recommend the sending in your resume or applying for the position, but having things that you can show your work, having some sort of portfolio where you can display the skills that you've taken on projects, so that when you are there in front of that hiring manager, you're able to show what you can do for us. I hope that helps.
Thank you.
Charles Hendricks, feel free to ask your question.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Kathy. Excuse me. I was just wondering about the marketing. I think Kathy mentioned something about a marketing like internship or something like that, or something that, did I hear that right? And how that would work.
For marketing, we don't have as many internship positions. What we tend to see more that for the sales, yes, because it's that
Okay.
art of sell. But for marketing, we tend to have coordinator or specialist roles that are a little more entry level than a marketing manager or social media communications manager. But we do have marketing positions. Not only do we have it for our facilities where it's strictly arena or theater or LA Live, but we also have our premium business division. Those are the ones that do the suites and the premier seats here and at the theater, at the arena and at the theater, and they market specifically to that brand. So marketing is available throughout the campus.
Okay, great. And then would that be are most of those marketing jobs in person, or are they remote, or how does that work?
All in person. You have to
Okay.
remember that we cater to events and all of the events are live and that person needs to be here live.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
some work
Right.
can be done remotely, but for the most part, everything is in person.
And that most of or all the jobs are pretty much in downtown Los Angeles?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for your question.
Jose Serna, feel free to ask your question.
Yes, actually going off that, I know you said that there was a program that had like an 8-month planning thing. What was that one for again? If we could get a little more.
Yeah, it's the Premium Insight Sales Representative position. It's an 8-month program. If you are a senior or junior in college, and you need it for your college credit, that's what we gear it more towards. But that's not to say that we don't do it for recently graduated or for someone who's trying to start off with an entry level. And they teach all the basics from having these cold call conversations with clients. And really our database comes from people that have already attended events. And all we're trying to do is recommend similar events, or if they have a ticket, trying to upgrade them or cross-sell to something that's similar. It's just expanding. All we want is to keep people having to come back to our facilities. If there is a Drake concert at the Western Forum or the Forum, the Kia Forum now, and we have Crypto.com Arena, we want them to come here. So it's calling all those clientele lists that we have and trying to get them to come time and time again.
And then I know you said that led to other roles as well. What roles could that lead to?
Yeah, we've actually had many success stories that have come out of the sales program, but we've had account executives where now they say they sell premium seats, which is more like a season ticket type of holder. If it's group sales, they now sell suites. If it's not for the entire season, at least for a few events throughout the season. So the account executive is the next step before they go into the account managers, where they deal a little bit more with contracts and selling things that are higher dollar value for the arena.
And then for the marketing coordinator, you said it was on site. If somebody has like previous experience in marketing coordinator, would they be able to apply for something like that?
You can always apply for something now, whether you're going to be
Okay.
seen.
Yeah.
Yes, which is why we strongly encourage you to just, based on our tips, make yourself a little bit more, I guess, stand out when we're scanning through resumes.
Because I've had a few years of experience in that, so I was really curious if there was openings. I know you said there's nothing right now, but they might be open.
No. Yeah, nothing right now, but we recently hired a marketing coordinator maybe about a month ago. And we were just lucky that it was someone that was in a previous internship program that was able to jump right in.
Sorry, what was the email that you said we could use? The HR one?
Oh, the one that's right here on your screen, human resources
okay.
at cryptoarena.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Jose. Elijah, you're up next.
Hi there. I'm Elijah. I'm a account operator side. Just got a question. To basically stand out in that field, how can like have a better chance of getting like a call or like an email regards for like an interview? Because I have applied for the AEG for camera operation, but it was for the Ontario Rain, and it's a local area because I live in that region, and I applied with them for like a couple of times. The first one I did get an email, obviously just a rejection because they found a better candidate. And then after every other time, I have never got any like email response back. So how can we like stand out more so we can get like a better chance of getting a call or like or a message or anything like that?
Yeah, I think that my best advice that I can give anyone is take a look at the job description. If the job description calls for something like, I don't know, it's for an event manager, for instance, event manager who it's asking for 5 to 6 years experience in having a project from start to finish, putting that on your resume. Look at the job description, look at what they're requiring, and then show how your previous experience translates into that task, into that responsibility. I think that and this happens a lot when we have someone that applies to multiple jobs, they use the same resume. Tailor that resume so that it reads more of those essential functions that you see on the job posting.
Gotcha. Okay. And then for the thing about the resume too, what's it called? I know some usually when you apply for the application, it usually asks for like a cover letter, some force. I was wondering, can a letter of recommendation work, or does it have to be an actual cover letter?
I actually don't think that cover letters are as important as having a reference. So if you have those references or a letter of recommendation that you can keep on hand when it is asked of you, I think that would be a great way to have. I would rather go with the letter of recommendation than the cover letter.
All right, that's okay. And then I got just one more question. The email that you have right here on the screen, the
Yes.
human resources, is that like a place where maybe we can like send resumes to see you guys need like a review about it? If it's like a perfect fit or anything like that, or is that something just for other questions?
Well, our human resources inbox is more for inquiries. So if you're inquiring about something, we can try to respond to your inquiry. But if you want to apply for the position, it has to be through our website, our careers website.
Okay,
And then
gotcha.
once you apply, if you want to follow up, hey, just making sure that my application went through. If you felt like maybe it, you missed something that was under the application, we can always take a look at those just to make sure that everything's in line. And you don't have to feel like, oh no, should I apply again, to ensure that I didn't miss a step.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Elijah. So we're nearing about 10 minutes until the end of the session. Just want to make sure that we have time to get everyone's questions answered. So if we do call on you, please limit your question to just one question. One question I wanted to address quickly in the chat was Jaden Benitez. He's asking Kathy, do you guys also hire camera operators for live music concerts?
Yes and no. So there's very few shows that actually need our camera operators, and that's when we will schedule them. For the most part, the camera operators are for our sporting events because the teams are our tenants and we provide everything for them.
Great. Thank you. Diego, so you're up next.
Just want to ask a question. Since I have a major business management and I'm trying to get the same job as the same major, can I send you guys my resume to check what kind of positions that I could take? Or
Yes, please send over your resume with your questions and then we'll get to them.
okay. Another question is that since I'm not sure, like I'm really confused. Like it's just my first time like taking this, and plus it's my first semester. Well, second semester already taking Casa in a city college. So I'm not really sure on like understanding the whole thing about the job.
I mean, it depends again on the job that you're looking for and where your skill set is. And if you don't have the skill set yet, we can probably give you some recommendations of things you can try out even while you're in college to get you there, so that by the time that you're ready to go or that a position does open up, that you're one of those top candidates.
For sending my resume, does it have to be the email from the screen right now?
Yes.
Or yes? Okay. Okay, that's all I want to ask. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Diego. Alan, go ahead.
Hi, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So you mentioned during the presentation of guest service representative for Peacock Theater. And I'm looking on the careers website, and there's also guest service staff for the Shrine. What's the difference between those?
So our human resources, where we help manage here, is strictly for the arena, the theater, and LA Live. If
Okay.
you see something for the Shrine, it falls under a different human resources group. But the Shrine is one of our facilities under AEG.
Got it. So the difference between staff and representatives is mainly just like a title, it's kind of the same thing?
Just titles, but it's usually the same type of job.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. Thanks, Alan. Kenny, you're up next.
Hi, thank you. My name is Kenny, and I'm actually a faculty at East Los Angeles College. I teach non-credit courses, and my question is related to that. I do teach some business startup courses, some accounting courses in the non-credit section. So how can I help my students best apply, especially because, my students come from, other countries, and sometimes they have their degrees in other countries and they're over here just trying to, get other skills to become more competent for jobs in the industry. So I just want to know, what can we do to best help my students obtain those type of jobs?
That's a great question. And I think that the answer is a little more complicated. I think it depends, right? We have certain positions that if you're looking to put your students into a sports and entertainment, you have to look at those job descriptions. What is it really that they're asking for? When we're looking at customer service is pretty universal, where it falls under the same thing, where Are you able to talk to multiple guests? Being able to provide them information, being able to inform them, not just with answering basic questions, but doing it to a better degree where you're making them happy. We here have a program called the Encore LA. It follows a lot of what Disney's customer guest experience is, where if somebody's asking us, how do I get to the concession? How do I get food? The question that's underlying that is, where can I get food as quick as possible? Because the event is going to start in 5-10 minutes and I want to be in my seat by then. Where we can then kind of analyze or ask more inquiry questions where it's like, what is it that you're interested in? Are you looking for nachos? Are you looking for hot dogs? Are you looking for just snack food? Or are you interested in having an actual meal? We have pizza, we have chicken, we have asking those questions where now they're like, oh, I have that option. Thank you for that information. Hey, if you don't want to stand in line, there's that QR code, scan it. You can order through your mobile device, and then it'll alert you as soon as the food is ready so you can pick up and go and you don't have to stand on that line. So it's being able to provide that extra customer service type of information to people. And that's what we're looking for our guest services. How do you go a little bit more above and beyond? We call it the extra inch to make our guests feel welcome. Because again, we want them to keep coming back here. That's where I like going. They answer your questions. They get me from point A to point B as quickly as possible with the least amount of issues. And security, being able to not only have your regular patrol and checking bags, but also having report writing experience. I see something, I say something, I'm able to explain to my superior what's happening. In camera operators, not only do I know how to handle a camera, but I know better angles. I know how to edit video to make it stand out a little bit more. The lighting, just timing of things, or being able to capture an image so that I can replay it for the next one. So there's many things that take into account. I really say, look at our positions, look at what the job descriptions are calling for so that I can be like, this skill is universal. I can apply it not only to a customer service, but security or to box office, where all they need is this extra little skill to be able to apply for this role. Sorry, I hope I didn't ramble on too much.
Thank you. Just one last thing that I
Yes.
want to know. Does their home country experience, if they're experiencing that area, does it count if it's recent?
Yes, any type of work experience counts.
Okay, that's great to know. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and in colleges, if you are associated with sororities, fraternities, student groups, where now you put on events and you've done things like just, customer service, being able to give directions, being able to guide people from here to there. Anything is transferable. What have you done, whether it's student experience, your time off, what you do with the community, how does that translate into working skills?
Great, thank you. So I think we have time for one more question. Julio, go ahead.
Hi, Kathy. Thank you. So yeah, just quick question. In terms of students who are international, is it quite difficult with visa status for them to, gain any sort of internship opportunity there? I'm a career advisor at USC, so just trying to get some information for them.
For us, we don't sponsor visas. So as long as you have your working permit, then we're able to work with anything. As long as you're eligible to work in the US, we are more than open. We just actually, the marketing specialist or marketing coordinator that we hired, she's on her student visa. And she has it through 20, a few years from now. But those are things that we're more than happy to help with. And then at the end, then, we decide whether, okay, now that it's expired, what are next steps? How can we, best help you as much as possible, whether it's transitioning, if you're going back or if you're reapplying and, through the process. But yes, we're that employer. We're open to it all.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. Thank you for all the great questions, everyone. Before we close, just wanted to quickly share an opportunity that LAEDC is currently putting on with Microsoft. For those of you who are interested in AI or technology, we are offering a free year of LinkedIn Premium for anyone who completes the Microsoft LinkedIn course, Career Essentials in Generative AI. It's about a 4-hour course, self-paced, so you can kind of complete it however long you need. And essentially, you'll learn a bit about the basics of generative AI as well as how to apply it in your various careers. So if you are interested, please feel free to scan the QR code. It's also on the LAEDC website, but just want to make sure you guys all have that opportunity in front of you so that as you're going through your job search, you can utilize the features of LinkedIn Premium. With that, I just want to say thank you to Kathy. Thank you to AEG for joining us for this info session. Thank you to everyone who joined. Thank you for the great questions. If you do have any questions that you want to follow up with, you have the human resources email at AEG. And if you do have any questions for us, our emails are here. So thank you for joining. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, LAEDC.
Thank you so much for everybody. Bye.
Bye.